Hello everyone and welcome to the Archie Vision Dark and Light Dev Kit tutorial. Today we're going to be covering how to add a new monster to an existing map like the Sacred Path, which is a vanilla map. Alright, so let's get started. First thing we'll want to do is you'll want to find the monster you're going to do, which today I've already got some of it done, that way we ain't got to do it. Let's say you want to do a wolf. You go into the wolf section, which is under the dark and light. Let me pull it up real quick. I'll show you real fast. If you go under dark and light here under mods, there's a dark and light folder, and you'll open it up. You'll go to objects, and then you'll scroll down to monsters. And in monsters, they're in there where you'll find all the monsters that spawn in game. We're looking for wolves, so we'll click on wolf. And you're going to want the wolf character, which that's your actual character that spawns in game. You're going to want the skeletal mesh, which that gives it everything it needs to move. All the animations, all the materials and everything are on it. That's what makes it look and move like it is. You're going to want the, if you want to do any color changes like we're going to do today, you're definitely going to want the wolf bodies and hair. And hair one. Just go ahead and make sure you grab any materials that are in there. You make sure you grab them, and then what you'll do is you'll select them all and you'll copy them into your alright, where to go? Into your Super Wolf folder here under your mod. Now this is I'll go ahead and say this now, which I didn't cover up front. This is a more advanced tutorial, so if you do not know how to set up a mod, you will need to go watch the tutorials on how to set up a mod in Dark and Light before you get started with this one. Alright, with that being said, now that we've got all that done and they're all in here, and I've already got them all named. Now, while we're talking about names real quick, we'll talk about naming conventions. This is very important in Dark and Light or in any modding aspect, and a lot of people don't realize this. Naming conventions are the way you name everything. You want to keep it uniform over everything you name. So, for instance, you see everything here is called Super Wolf, and everything is is used what they call camel case, where the first letter of every word is uppercase and the rest of the letters are lowercase. I use that on everything when I'm doing that, and I make sure either I put a word before or after the name. Like, for instance, my colorized series are like it'd be wolf color. It would be the name of that wolf instead of color wolf. It'd be wolf color, and I use that through the whole spectrum, wyvern, sheep, all of it. And I do that for several different reasons. The one reason, it makes it easier for me to find everything. Two, it makes it easier for other modders to be able to reference your items in your mod. That way their mod can use it too. This is especially important with maps and spawners, especially you map makers out there. Please do not use custom spawners if you can help it with anything. Always add to the existing spawners that are inside the dev kit and put them on your map. Us modders, when we do creatures, especially for what we're doing here, creatures, having to find a custom, find the references and all for a custom spawner is very difficult, especially if we don't know what your naming convention you used. So always use that. But if you don't, you have to create a custom spawner. The easiest way to do it is make sure you put the make sure every custom spawner you create, you put the full, you right click on the spawner and you would go down to copy reference. No, not copy reference. Where is that? I don't see it on that one. Let's see. Let me find something. Let's see, spawn it. Yeah, I think it is copy reference. Let me see. We'll find out. Yeah, it is copy. Well, yeah. Yeah, anyway, you would use copy reference, and that would give you your reference to your item. But anyway, let's get back to this tutorial. Now that we've got this set up, you'll want to go in and set up all your individuals. You start with the character because it's at the top of the tree. Once you have all the names done, You want to take your character and you want to select your super wolf and you want to replace it here. Then you want to go into name tag and you want to rename that to super wolf. Now this is very important as well. You will need this for your monster entries and your map spawners. So go ahead and compile and save that. And now that we've got that done, you can erase this. Next thing we're going to want to do is go into this. So you can just double click here, and we're going to want to replace the text, the materials. So body, super wolf body, select here, go here, and this is wolf hair 1. So you want a super wolf hair 1. There you go. And you want to make sure you go through all these all the way down. Make sure all 4 of the or all 3 of the LODs or 4 of the yes 4 the LODs have super wolf. So click save there. Now, one thing we didn't copy over that we're going to go ahead and do now is we didn't get the textures, because that's where we're going to be making our changes today. So we're going to textures, and we're going to want the diffuse textures of interesting. I think that's hair. What we'll do is we'll go ahead and copy just the diffuse textures. So grab all 3. If we don't use them, we can always delete them later. Go ahead and copy them here, because they're not referencing anything once you've copied them. And we'll go ahead and rename these. I do not like their naming conventions they use in this. Everybody in their team looks like they use a different naming convention. Anyway, once we get done naming all these, now that they're done, now we'll go inside the wolf body. We'll go to base color, Albedo 19 Wolf 01 diffused. So you select this one and you will put it here. And that's all you're going to need on that one. Click save. Then you'll want to go into Super Wolf Hair 1 and go into base color, which is here, diffuse map. So you'll find that one. Put it here. Click save. And there we go. Now we've got that done. Now we'll open up the textures, because we're going to change the colors. So we're going to change the brightness to 1.5. Brightness curve to 0.8. We're going to change the brightness to 0.25, or vibrant. And we're going to change the saturation to 3. And we're going to have a little rainbow wolf, but that's okay. That'll work. And you're going to leave that open. You're going to click save. And you're going to do the same thing for the hair. So we got 1.5, 0.8, and 0.25. 1.5, 0.8, 0.25, and then saturation was 3. The reason I'm doing this is to get sort of a different color, more of a rainbow effect. I mean, you can also use your RGB curve and your hue to change your colors here of your different animals. There's also colorization, which is a totally different animal than what we're doing here, and I'll go over that in a later video on how to use colorization or add it to existing models. I even might release all my core files to my colorization mod. That way people will have those colorized stuff there. So anyway, we'll click save here. So now we have our wolf. So if we look, our wolf's colors are totally different. Now if we wanted to make that a little more prevalent, what we can do is we can actually change the vibrance to 0.5. On both of them. Alright, now if we look at our wolf, yeah, there we go. You can definitely tell that's ours. That looks sort of cool, actually. Anyway, so we got our wolf here. So let's go ahead and save that. We forgot to save that one. Why is it not saving? Oh yeah, that's right. It won't save as long as you have a model on the screen. So you gotta do that. Once you delete your model, you can click save here. It should already saved. Anyway, what it's got to do is it's actually got to save all the settings to the asset. Anyway, now that we've got that done and the textures have been, the diffuse have been colored, we got our wolf. Now we want to change a little bit else of it. We want to make it stronger. So to do that, we're going to come in here and go. I think it's attack. Nope. Is it bite? Yep. Attack weight. Attack range. Melee swing sockets. Let's see. Melee none. Alright. I think attack offset is it, if I remember correctly. So we'll change this to 300. Stamina cost, we'll make it 25. Doesn't have a projectile. We could actually add a projectile to it later. We have to also, if we did that, we'd have to add an animation and all. So that's a little bit crazy there. So now when it comes to health, it's called live in this for some reason. I don't know why they did that. I think it's something to do with the translation from Chinese. Revive step. I don't know now. This revive step and all this. I don't know what these are, but I do know these two right here. This is how much health it gets per level. This is how much base health it gets at level 1. So go ahead and compile here. We've changed the health. We've changed the attack, and we've changed the color. So now we got a totally different wolf. Now we got to make sure it's going to spawn on the map. But, you know, right now if we want to play around with it, we could spawn in. Go infinite stats first. See if we can get him to aggro us. Where's that little fella at? Should have been right here. Oh, that's... Oh, there he is. It's only doing 18 damage. I figured it'd be doing more than that. Might be percentage or something. But anyway, we got him. We know he works. He works us off. We can check the and he will be fully rideable and tameable. Everything that the normal wolf has, he will have. So now we need to do two things. We need monster entry, and we need spawners. Those are blueprints. They're going to be under the blueprints. So what you're going to want to do is close objects and go into Primal Earth, Core Blueprints. First thing we'll do is monster entries. We'll type in wolf here. And we don't want Ice Wolf, we want regular wolf, so we'll drag that down to Super Wolf. Copy here. Then when we have it here, we'll come in and we'll rename it real quick. And then we'll go ahead and open it up. And you'll want to change the name tag to Super Wolf. That was the name tag we used when we first opened it up. And we'll name it Super Space Wolf. And that's about all you'll need to change here. If you look here at the monster list, this is the actual list that's in game when you go into your inventory. There's a monster list there that lists all the monsters, and you found them. It's sort of like oh, what do they call that? The oh, I can't remember the name of it, but anyway, the little things that pop up when you're in Ark playing running around and you discover a new animal or something new. That's the same thing. Dossier. It's like a dossier, but it's in there, and that's how you unlock it. And these numbers right here change. I usually change that to one that's not used, like 75, because there's not 75. Anything above 75, you can change it to. That way, it doesn't. The taming or catching this one doesn't affect the wolf in the dev kit or in the monster list. I'll look at adding that later. I hadn't discovered how to do that yet. But anyway, once we've got the monster list, that's done. So now what we'll want to do is now we want a spawner. So we'll go back up. You can see we're still in core blueprints. Go to spawner. Type in wolves. These aren't done by names. I don't. Some of them have their own names. Some of them don't. Like sheep has one. Griffin has one. There's several others. Wolf doesn't have one. So we'll do near city. If I remember correctly, one of these has wolves in it already. We'll go near city elf. Has 6 elements, so I'm pretty sure that one had wolf. No, it didn't, but we can add it. That's okay. That's near city, so this is going to be right outside the gate at the elven city, so we'll do that one. So, all right. So what we'll do here is we're going to copy this one over to the super wolf. Now you'll want to on this too. You'll want to in this you'll want to go through and see what all spawns wolf, which is here. You'll want to go through each one and look. Like for instance, let's see, village. Let's see. The snow mountains or the sickle goblin. There's the river banks. There's mountains. There's plains. More, I think. Let's see, the magic forest. All these right here you can use to find where you want it to spawn. Matter of fact, I think if you type in mountain up here, yep, there's all your mountain spawners, even the snow mountain. You can type in forest. Whoop. Forest. And there's all your Boreal Forest, Death Forest, Forest Deep, and it gives you all your different ones. Let me see. But anyway, there you'll have to go through and experiment with these because there's several of them, and these are all the map spawners that spawn on the map. So once we've got that going, now we want to add to each one of these. Then we'll want to copy the bottom one, paste it over the ones that we just did. So we'll copy number 3 and add it to 4. And you'll see why I do that here in a minute. So now what we'll do is we'll open up 6. An entry name, you'll want to name that to Super Wolf. NPCs to spawn, you're only going to need 1. So you can actually take these down. And you'll also go down here to your Super Wolf. Select Super Wolf. Put him here, and you can delete these other 2. Now, NPC spawn weights. There's we don't need this, so you can actually trash that. Spawn offsets. You need that. That's actually the spawn offsets from the center of the spawner, so they'll spawn out in groups. That way they don't bunch up in one place. NPCs to spawn percentages. Since ours is 0, So ours is going to be 1%. We don't want it, well, we want it 1%. So what we'll do is we'll delete these, which you could leave them. It's not going to hurt anything. There's nothing there to actually hurt anything. I just don't like having extras there. You don't need it. You don't use it. There ain't no reason to have it there. So, and all the rest of this is pretty much the same. You don't need to change anything. You don't need to do anything here. All of it's pretty much set. So this is what the percentage chance is it for it to spawn. So it's going to, at 1, it's 100%, so it's going to spawn. So now we come down to 4 here, where we brought in the goblin there. So we're going to change that with the super wolf as well. And percentage chance at 1 and max, and so it's definitely going to spawn at least 1. Now max desired number of entries down at the bottom, that's total amount that it's going to spawn, like 7. I think it's a total of 7 per group. It's the max it'll spawn, anywhere from 1 to 7. I don't know that 100% for sure, but that's what I'm guessing at this point. Once we get there, we compile and save. Now we got our spawner done. Oh, I changed the wrong one. Oh well. I'll go back. I'll just redo it. So I changed the wrong one here. So what we'll do is we'll copy these over and put them in that one. And so what we'll do is we'll copy here and just paste that over here, and you'll see that everything came over. So we'll do the same with the other one. Yeah, everybody makes mistakes. And whenever you screw up like that, and believe me, you will, what you'll do is once you exit out of your kit, go to your FX Games, click here, and go to Verify. Verify will take any files that are outside of the mods folder, outside of your mods folders that you've created, and it will verify them, and if they're wrong, it will reinstall the original versions. So you saw me change that one by accident, so now what it'll do is it'll go back and actually correct that one. So now we go to compile, save. Now that we've done that, now it's named Elf City Out Near, so what we'll do is we'll just name it Super Wolf at the end. So if you hover over it, you can see it, Elf City Out Near Super Wolf. You know, they're just telling me it's added the Super Wolf to it. Now, you really don't have to rename these, just as long as you know it's there, but I do it just for my own benefit. So now that we've got all that done, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to save everything. Choose Files to Save. Now you can see it's going to show the map tab. Anything that's not in your mods folder, do not save. There we go. Got it all saved. We're done. Now we can close all this out, and we're going to go into here into the primal game data. Or game data BP. This right here is actually some of the most important stuff. The first thing you'll want to do is you'll want to add your monster here. So you'll go back into Super Wolf. You'll select your spawn entries, or what? Yeah, monster entry, and you'll add it here. Once you've done with that, then you'll come here and you'll type in NPC spawner and remap it. Pull up remap NPC spawn entries. You'll scroll down here. You'll find your Super Wolf character. You'll find your spawn entry here. You'll add it to the bottom here, and you'll go back up to spawners, and that was Elf City. So you just type in near, bring it up, and there's that, and you'll click here. Now it will use the same exact. It's the same exact spawner. The only difference is we added the Super Wolf to it. So when this comes in and the mod starts up, it's going to replace the Elf City Out Near with the Out Near Super Wolf, and it will spawn our monster. So now we're pretty much done. Everything's done. All you got to do now is cook, save, put it on the server or on your mod and test. But now we're going to test in game real quick. Test in editor again. We'll tame it. Whee! Okay. Do a barrel roll. Yep, we did. And we're off to the races. This test map really doesn't need to be this big. Alright, does he see us yet? Come here, bugger. And now we did a do tame, and the reason I do a do tame when I'm testing this is because force tame always lets you mount them without some monsters like this. Will let you ride them without a saddle. There you go. And we have our thing. And you pull up the and you can see it has a lot higher health than the other one, and the melee attack is way higher. That's your percentage that we put in. Remember, it was 180. Now it's up to I think we put into 250. I think is what we put in, or 200. So there you go. We are set. We have our monster is set up. Like I said, all you got to do is go and upload your mod and put it on the workshop, and you have a working super wolf in your mod. And if I can hit the right button here, okay, there we go. And I hope you enjoy the tutorial series, and if you like it, give it a like and a thumbs up. And also check out my colorful creatures and my new mod I've been working on, dynamic dragons. It adds 3 new types of dragons to the world, and you can go see them and check them out. You have a good day, and thank you for watching.